On one of the very first days, I strolled through the streets of Kyoto, and suddenly it started to rain. It was kind of a magical rain. It was soft and gentle, and I looked up and the sky was blue. So the sun was shining, and it illuminated the water drops that fell from the sky. And the raindrops, they sparkled, and I continued my way, and I saw all kinds of umbrellas popping up, and also the way the streets of Kyoto, it changed. They looked different, and it really inspired me to start working with umbrellas. So I bought myself I think it was 12 umbrellas, and went back to the studio here at Kyoto Art Center. I started playing around with them, and I noticed that by connecting them, I could create kind of a matrix that could grow in all directions, and that was basically the start of my work here at Kyoto Art Center. Before I came to Kyoto, I was working with swarms. I was programming swarm behavior, and for me it was really interesting to find out that swarms of fishes, for example, they can travel long distance by using not so much energy if they group up, and when a predator comes, for example a shark, they change their form of the group. They form a perfect sphere, so the predator doesn't know how to attack. And birds, for example, they form a V, so they can fly a long distance. So those were examples that really interested me, and it's kind of a good example of the relationship between individuals and a collective. Yes, I had a matrix in my head, and it kind of needed a shape, a boundary, and I was wondering what kind of form the installation would have, and I decided to take a look at like microscopic structures, and looking at snowflakes, you can see fractals that always repeat in structure, and they could grow in many directions. So I kind of programmed a form for the final installation, and I used a software that so I could handle the great amount of data, which was kind of complicated, but it adds something to the look, because when you see the installation, you feel touched by the structure, and of course it's also a structure that we all carry in ourselves, because basically we are all made of water. So the installation is a symbol of how people connect, and strangers exchange with each other, and I call the installation Kyodai to Shimai, so it means brother and sister, because it shows the way of how the people exchange and interact with each other, and form something in a new kind of collective way to protect from the rain. So yeah, basically the raindrop is the information that drives this kind of behavior. And also in the exhibition I had all these multiple umbrellas on one side, and on the other side there was the sound installation, the sound and video installation of one single illuminating water drop. And when falling, you can hear the drop in the whole space. So that was the best way of connecting those two elements.